Hey guys, Old Shaman here, and today I'm going to be doing a review / discussion of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 2. Now, before I start this video, I would just like to say that I want to keep spoilers out of this video. I will not be talking about really any key moments in the series, as well as any type of spoiler. I mainly want to talk about the reasons for why I feel this part is really awesome, as well as the reasons for why you guys should continue JoJo. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the video. So first off, our main protagonist this time around is now Joseph Joestar. He is the grandson of Jonathan Joestar, and now this part takes place in the 1930s, where we have Nazi Germany on the rise, as well as a lot going on transition-wise. We have a lot of really great characters in this part of JoJo. We have none other than Lisa, Caesar Antonio Zappelli, who is the son of Gyro Zappelli, who is the son of Gyro, and obviously, you know, he is probably one of the coolest characters in JoJo. The relationship that Joseph and Caesar have in Part 2 is absolutely amazing. It is definitely one of the greatest sort of bromances, you could say, in JoJo, with the exception of Part 7's Steel Ball Run. But that is, again, for a video for another day. But what does Part 2 really focus on? Well, in Part 1, we sort of had the stone mask as the placeholder for what was going on in this particular part. We no longer have sort of that Jonathan and Dio rivalry. We now have what we call are the Pillar Men. And this time around, the Pillar Men are immortal beings. They're essentially like Dio. They are vampires, but they have lived for over 1,000 years. Essentially what happens is that we have sort of this battle, and no pun intended, we have a battle tendency with the Pillar Men and then also Joseph Joestar. Along with that, instead of the stone mask, we have the red stone of, I believe Aja is what it's called. And essentially what the red stone is that combined with the stone mask as well as the red stone, you can become the ultimate life form, meaning that you are unstoppable. You cannot die, you cannot be destroyed, you are essentially the ultimate being in the universe. So with that being said, this particular part in JoJo focuses on our three real main protagonists, which are Joseph Joestar, Lisa, and then Caesar, who sort of train, continuing from Part 1, of course, and I probably should have said this earlier, is of course the Hamon abilities. Now, both Joseph and Caesar and Lisa are Hamon trainers, or rather they are Hamon fighters. They trained in the art of Hamon and use their abilities in order to defeat the Pillar Men. And I will say the fights in Part 2 are absolutely amazing. Part 1 had its moments, but it didn't have the moments that Battle Tendency does. If you are looking for a more fulfilling JoJo part, look no further than Part 2, because the fights are absolutely amazing. And getting into the characters, Joseph Joestar is personally one of my top 3 JoJos out of all 8 parts. He is just a likable, really funny guy. He's a real joker as well as a real serious dude. He knows when to kind of check himself when he gets his moments in the series, and when it comes to him actually fighting the villains in the series, he really has a lot of great moments that he shines perfectly. So anyways, I'm gonna kind of show you guys some of the art within Part 2, as the art does get a little better compared to Part 1. And I know, like I said in my previous video, a lot of people sort of complained that the artwork is not what you would call quote-unquote the greatest. But again, these JoJonium volumes are absolutely amazing. I really do dig these releases. Who is it? That is Savantino. That is a guy that you meet later on in this volume. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of show you guys some of the artwork. So just opening this up here, we have of course, the hardcover for the JoJonium volumes, and we have our Joseph Joestar previewed on the front cover. This, of course, is done in his new art style. This is not the art that you'll see in the particular volume, and that's something that the JoJoniums do a great job of, is they kind of give you an idea of what the art style would be if Araki was doing it in the Part 8 and Part 7 art style. Personally, I dig Joseph's design. I think he's really cool. His Part 8 design is really awesome, but it's not the featured package that you'll see featured in JoJo Part 2. But anyways, let's go ahead and open it up. As you can see, the 1938, and it takes place in New York. The JoJo parts definitely do a great job of featuring a lot of stuff. So just, kind of flipping through each individual page. Like with Part 1, there are colored pages. Again, this is just some of the artwork. As you could see, Joseph is, again, one of my all-time favorites in terms of JoJo. And here are a few of the colored pages. Again, really, really awesome. Really, really solid overall. These releases are overall really some of my favorite releases in terms of manga, but definitely a really solid part. But yes, so now on to my conclusion on what I feel part 2 serves as. So overall, I would have to say Part 2 is personally one of my favorite JoJo parts of all time. It definitely has probably some of the greatest moments in early JoJo, as well as probably one of the best JoJos in the current lineup. Part 2 definitely serves as, I feel, a breaking point for those who are looking to get into JoJo. If you didn't particularly like Part 1, I feel you guys will love Part 2. It is exactly what you would expect from a really good battle seinen manga, and let me tell you, it gets only better from here on out. I'm looking forward to doing Part 3, although I don't know if I will be doing JoJonium releases for that, as the whole series is not completed, but they do have the single volumes which are out here in the States, so I might do a Part 3 review. I'm not quite sure yet. Depending on how well this video does, I think I may or may not do a Part 3 video. But anyways, guys, that is basically my thoughts of JoJo Part 2 Battle Tendency. If you guys had any disagreements, or if you guys have an opinion on the series, I would like to hear what you guys have to say. But most importantly, you guys want to hear what my final verdict for the series is, and I'm going to give it a 8 out of 10. It literally is probably one of the better JoJo parts in the series, as well as it has some of the greatest characters and has probably some of the greatest fights in JoJo. So anyways, I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you guys already haven't, if you want to check out some of my other videos that you can also do. And I just hope you guys have an amazing day. And remember, keep on making manga videos. See you guys next time.